If you've been following along with this series, and more specifically, if you watched the last episode, you probably know that I went to the moon and that we did not unlock chapter 3 until the very end of the episode. Now that means that we have quite a few quests that we need to complete, and that's what I've been doing this whole time. I completed a whole bunch of quests that we did complete, but we didn't have chapter 3 unlocked for. And then I also did a few additional quests, which I think will probably be pretty useful to have done for in the future. None of that really matters right now, but what does matter is before we can actually automate copper, we'll actually need to automate clay. I think for now we'll go the sand route just because it's easier to do. All right, so we didn't quite automate veridium just yet because we need to farm lava. I got some dripstone and some cauldrons. We'll probably set that up in a bit, but I wanted to just show you guys how we're doing the asurine. So let's first start with clay balls. The way that we produce our clay balls is by mining a single piece of cobblestone way back there and some generator that we got going on beyond this hideous mess of cogwheels. It then plops down onto the conveyor belt and slides over to this millstone right here. That millstone grinds the cobblestone down into a gravel 100% of the 100% of the time. After that millstone, it pops into this millstone, and 25% of the time it produces sand. The sand then slides down the conveyor belt even further to get washed by this fan, but unfortunately the sand has a 25% chance of producing clay. If anyone knows how to do math, that means 1 out of 8 cobblestone produces clay. It's not a very great rate, but we can later down this line increase the odds of getting clay balls, or at least recycling our clay balls. But next on the list is how do we get ourselves our smooth stone? Well, that's very easy. You just produce a second cobblestone generator that produces cobblestone, and we might need to eventually slow this line down. We are very clearly producing way more cobblestone than we need to. The cobblestone plops down onto this conveyor belt that's parallel to that one, and it's spinning in the exact same direction actually. We use an encased fan and some lava to smelt the cobblestone down into the stone. In the next part of this, we produce ourselves some seared stone. We just take from our stone reserves and funnel it into this casting basin. The casting basin waits for clay to be produced. This clay gets smelted down inside our melter and automatically gets poured onto the stone. We do this by just having this faucet constantly powered by this lever. Once we produce a seared stone, it then moves on over to this tunnel. I don't think the way I have it set up actually splits it properly. I don't even think it splits it. I think, honestly, it favors this direction, which I'm happy it favors this direction because this is the direction that we're actually using it right now. So onto the part that actually produces the asurine. We have in the back a single infinite source of water, and that's being pumped up with this ugly mess of cogs into, oh no! That can't be on fire. What the heck? Whoops. Anyways, yes, this fills up with water automatically, and then it pours onto any seared stone that we receive at any point in time. And then once it's ready, it comes out onto this conveyor belt and right into this box. And this is where we store our asurine. Now I mentioned that there's a way for us to eventually reproduce clay or recycle our clay from the asurine or veridium that we get. We haven't set up the veridium line quite yet, but the way that we recreate clay from our asurine and veridium is that we not mill it, because milling it does produce just tin, but we want to crush it because this gives us a 20% chance to actually recreate a clay ball. Anyways, in the amount of time that it took me to explain how this machine works, I'm sure you guys already saw, we built this. This is how we are farming our lava right now. It's a very slow process. In fact, I need to set up more cauldrons and get more pointed dripstone so that we can produce way more lava at a much higher rate. Because right now, two cauldrons is not cutting it. But eventually the plan is to pump this lava into this seared smelter so that when we do eventually get brass and split it off towards this funnel, we can actually automatically pour lava onto that and receive veridium. That's how veridium is made, of course. But not only that, I think I want to pump lava into this melter so that, or not melter, but into the fuel source, because I think that's a way. We might have to set up an arm that just collects a bucket and puts it in there. I don't know if it'll work, but that's just my plans for the future. Right now, this is what we're doing. We're producing asurine, and tin has been way harder for me to get my hands on than copper. I know it's pretty common, but I don't mind. And I honestly, I don't know, I run into copper way more often. So we have a decent array of tools from Create for crafting and mixing and all that good stuff, conversions and whatnot. But I think I want to make a new addition to all these, and that addition would be crushing wheels. Crushing wheels would require 21 mechanical crafters. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to do some crafting, but also we're not gonna have to because we have them right here. We have exactly 21 mechanical crafters. I'm gonna have to set these up somewhere else. Is it nighttime outside? No, it is not. Here, let's just take them outside for now. Well, I guess right here is okay for now. All right, 3 more to go. Bam, bam, bam. And there's the water wheel. Let's get the water there. This is gonna be a very ugly mechanical crafter, but that's all right. That's all right. Who needs a good looking guy, huh? It's our last big cog, and it's still overstressed. Come on. We might need to make a steam engine sometime. This is getting ridiculous. It's still not enough. How many stress units does this take? 64 per. We don't really have any others that we can take, can we? Oh, it's spinning finally. All it took was 8 billion water wheels. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jeez, man. All right, so we got water wheels going. This thing is now powered. Let's go ahead and pick that up for a second. I don't know if it's gonna automatically craft it right off the bat. So goes that. Rubber planks, and I need to go fetch some silver. All right, crusher. Let's see you crafted. This is gonna take forever, isn't it? Oh, it's not that slow. I mean, it's not very fast, but still. Oh, is that not right? Oh, okay. So it'll wait until all the slots are full, huh? So that should start working, right? Bop, 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 bop. There we go. We got ourselves crushing wheels, finally. And now we get ourselves a whole bunch of crushed ores. Get ourselves a Desh Hammerhead, which is unbelievably ironic because I already got myself a Desh Hammer and I'm so mad that it gives you that. I'm so mad, but maybe we'll get ourselves a backup, or I don't know, we can do a better job at making a Desh Hammer or something. I don't know. I am enraged. That's all I can say. It's a little sad. But now we got ourselves some crushing wheels. It crushes it down into ore, and that's how you duplicate it, kind of, right? Because you can crush down what's crushed to crush more crush. I wonder if I will overstress it by going crushing wheel here and here. I figured it would be overstressed. Just one overstresses the whole system. That's crazy. Now I do know that it's gonna do that. All we have to do though is disconnect that, disconnect you. Pretty much disconnect everything, huh? I promise I'm only doing this to test it out a little bit. Wait, is it gonna work if we just... Yeah, it'll work. It'll spit it right out over here. Throw it at me. Yes! We got XP nuggets. So that's a solid 25 versus the, I think, 17 that we threw in. Here, I'll pay attention to the gold. So there's so here's 7. Throw that in there. On this side, it'll punch out a little over 7. Yeah, 9. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. So the whole purpose of this was so that we could crush our veridium or asurine whenever we hook that up. Because when you crush it in the crushing wheel, it'll shoot out a whole myriad of items. It'll give us olivine. It'll probably, I'm assuming it gave us some experience, but it'll give us clay balls, copper nuggets, and also some raw copper, which then we can throw right back into the crushing wheels to be processed all over again. And that'll pump out some crushed copper as well as some experience nuggets. And it might have given us more copper nuggets, but I'm not sure. But that's straight up just like pre-smelted copper for us automatically. Plus some of this, which we can just throw into our fan to smelt down and come back to us somehow. Oh, I'm so excited about this whole thing because that means we get clay balls at a much faster rate. That was 11 clay balls out of all those veridium. Which, you know, still isn't a whole lot of clay balls, but 11 out of 45 is a really good rate, I think. I can show you guys something else that I did, which was, let's get ourselves the gear gold cast. Now this is going to be pretty cool because I really thought that it was going to be super expensive forever. But then I discovered that you can just throw you in there and throw you in there. Oh no, it's supposed to be tin. And throw our copper and tin in and flip the switch. It should automatically pour into this cast. And that'll take about 1 1/3 ingots to make a single large cogwheel. Don't ask about that, that was a mistake. In fact, we'll probably smelt that down sometime. And I'm so happy, we finally have it. Sand is a lot easier to get your hands on through a crusher instead of a millstone, because millstone has a 25% chance. I think I talked about that. But the crusher gives you a 100% chance of getting your sand, plus a 5% chance of getting clay balls. So we might want to replace inside our contraption downstairs. We might want to replace that millstone that's crushing the gravel into sand with crushing wheels to make it into sand. I don't know if crushing wheels are faster than the millstone or not, but it is 100% worth it because we get 100% sand. The only issue is we have to figure out what to do with the flint. Other than that, I think, honestly, it should be pretty straightforward. I did shut this off, by the way. I don't want it running. We can just put a filter for right here. So we could craft ourselves, what are they? A smart chute, which will only dump flint off of the conveyor belt into a pit, maybe some lava, I don't know. We'll just dump it into something. But we're still gonna have to take this whole thing apart and redesign it, so that's gonna be fun. So as you can tell, that's about everything we've got for you guys today. My name has been Cyrus Bliss, and if you liked the video, please consider subscribing because I'll be posting a few more videos like this, of course. But I'm gonna try and post some other videos that I've been trying to make. And if you didn't like it, leave a mean comment. Bye. I took my shades off. Hello.